Can you tell us a little bit more about Amicus and what you're working on?
Sure. Amicus is a company that's about 9.5 years old. This is the third biotechnology company that I've been privileged to lead. We focus in the area of rare diseases, human genetic medicine. We have some core technologies where we either seek to replace existing technologies or to build upon them. Rare diseases, including a disease like Pompe disease that 2 of my 3 children have lived with their entire life. So very exciting research, and we really think we're on the cusp of a major inflection point for Amicus as we get advanced research data from our lead drugs in Fabry disease and begin to put new molecules into the clinic for Pompe and other disorders.
You shared with us the story of your children. Can you tell us a little bit more about the history and how you started and founded Novozymes to begin with?
Sure. So we have 3 children. Our 2 youngest, now 16 and 17. Patrick is 16, Megan is 17. They were born with a rare genetic disease. Megan was diagnosed when she was 15 months old. Patrick was only 7 days old when we got his diagnosis in that spring of 1998. And we were told that there was no research, that they would only live to be but a couple of years old, and that we should go back and enjoy the time that we had. We wanted to do everything we could to change the course of that prognosis, and so it launched us into this field of biomedical research and biotechnology, eventually co-founding a small biotechnology company based in Oklahoma City called Novazyme Pharmaceuticals, some very exciting technologies for better targeting of medicines for Pompe and other diseases, and that eventually led through that research to a treatment for Pompe disease that my children thankfully have been on for about 11 years now and has saved their life. They're still affected with the disease, but we are now given this opportunity to develop new next generation therapies for Pompe disease and others. So it's a very exciting time.
Your company's based out of New Jersey. You're on the East Coast, obviously. What is the perspective of the Pacific Northwest from the East Coast view from life sciences and biotechnology?
Well, there's been a long history of success in biotechnology and biomedical research coming out of the Pacific Northwest. People are familiar, for instance, with the work here at the Fred Hutchinson Center, the cancer work, some of the pioneering work at other larger, more established companies. I think that's very well known. What's not as known is the early stage research and what comes out of the great universities here. I was amazed to see the size of the audience, over 1,000 people for my talk this morning. So I think that really speaks to a lot of the cutting edge work and this unique community that's been built up in the Pacific Northwest around life sciences. So it's a very exciting time here, but certainly more globally in biotech.
What do you see the trends in biotechnology in the next 5 to 10 years?
Yeah, I really do believe that we're on the cusp of a golden age in medicine, that we are understanding many of the rare diseases that I work in, some very exciting therapies like the immunotherapies in cancer, finally starting to unravel the mysteries of Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. In those diseases, for instance, actually understanding that they're really just a series of genetic disorders. So with that understanding and new tool sets, we continue to experiment, to advance technologies. I'm hopeful, for instance, that in the next 10 plus years, many of the rare diseases like muscular dystrophy, cystic fibrosis, will be effectively diagnosed and treated and ultimately relegated to the footnotes of medical textbooks, and that's kind of our job.
You are former chairman for BioNJ Jersey, our sister organization, state trade association out of New Jersey. Why were you involved, and why are you involved with organizations like BioNJ Jersey?
I think you get involved with state organizations. It really brings together the leaders of critical industries where you might not otherwise have a forum to exchange ideas and thoughts. It also provides an opportunity to work on some areas of common interest. So for instance, in New Jersey, advancing some important legislation that's fostered a very successful biotechnology industry in New Jersey. And I think just, kind of having some soulmates to share some of the ups and downs in our industry with. So it serves a lot of purposes, but it's been an important part of what I've been able to contribute in biotech.
Do you have any recommendations for people watching how to get involved or why they should get involved with local trade associations?
Yeah, I think first of all, find out who they are, who's involved. You'll probably see lots of names or companies that are familiar to you that in one way or another you either work with or would like to work with. And begin going to some of the events, the networking events, the sponsored educational series, all the way up to very large conventions like this one. I think you'll find it time well worth it. My very first day on the job in biotechnology, I actually went to BIO, which is the National Bioindustry Organization, a trade show convention, and I found it enormously informative and inspiring.
John, I'd like to again thank you for joining us here in
Chris.
Seattle at 14th Annual Life Science Innovation
You're very
Fest.
welcome.
Your presentation this morning was inspirational. You got a standing ovation from our attendees. I know I had several people come up to me afterward and just said, now I know why I do the work we do. So thank you again.
Thank you,
Best
Chris.
of luck
Thanks
to
for
you
having
and your
me.
kids and your family and to Amicus, and welcome and safe travels.
Thank you very much.
So from 14th Annual Life Science Innovation Northwest, again, I'm Chris Rivera. We look forward to seeing you throughout the next 2 days, as well as hopefully next year at the 15th Annual. Take care.